Hello everyone, this is TritonBaduk, and today we're going to be playing Contraband Go in our game number 9 for our Jubango. And we decided to record the last two videos just for fun. So the game's settings are a little bit shorter to make the videos not quite as long. Let's get this game started here. All right, so I am white, as I was saying, and I don't know exactly how I want to play right now. I could just do 2-4-4s, or I could do my opposing 3-4s. We haven't done that in a long time. Maybe we'll do that. Let's have some fun. He might do a cross opening just because he feels like it. Oh, he's going to do his old opening. This should be fun. I'm just going to stick with this for now. So because I decided not to do any cross opening thing, this just basically turns into a normal 3-4 opening. And I'm not exactly sure what I prefer here. If I do a low approach, he can pincer, which would actually be an okay position for him. The high approach is a little bit harder for him to pincer. Probably do this 2-space-1 and we do this jumping out thing. I don't know if I want to deal with that. Let's just attach to him and see how he responds to it. I think most stuff is okay in the opening, so you don't really have to worry. Normally, black would want to Hana over the top or underneath. I think over the top is potentially better, because even if I can take the corner, he gets a really nice outside position. And early on in the game, that nice outside position is often quite nice to have. He decided not to worry about that at all, allowing me to jump up here if I wish to. So then now I wouldn't mind approaching high here. Let's see what he does. Lately, I've been liking approaching high a little bit more when I'm trying to do something on my opponent's side of the field, basically. Field, right? My opponent's side of the board. All right, he's just going to attach. This is going to simplify things quite a lot, though he does get some nice territory. So now you could say that this exchange here, my attachment for him to go down, it was already sort of a good exchange. But now it's still a perfectly acceptable exchange, because if I take this extension, like I will, if he Hanes, it's not that big of a deal. I could even take away his approach move to my stones. And he's not really able to grow anything. So now he has to likely approach on one of the corners or just play this move directly. Normally, I like to just enclose the bottom left corner. If he presses me down, I'm perfectly happy to jump here. If he does a counter pincer to build this area, I'm eventually able to jump up here. I think that would be okay. So let's see what he wants to do here. So he was going for the double approach. I think I said counter pincer earlier, but double approach, yeah. So normally here, you'd want to split the two stones from connecting up. You usually do not want to do something like C16. They extend up and you Hane underneath and just live in the corner, very small. It does leave a little bit of weakness here, but if black just plays one more move, like a jump, they're potentially building a large area. Because I have this O16 stone, it might be good for me to do the diagonal. If he jumps into the corner, I can either press down and try to attack, or I could push and pincer him on this left side here. If he just pushes, I can press him down, and I get a little bit of influence, but I'm not really sure how useful it is. I think the simplest way to play is this attachment. If he Hanes and extends, I'm able to block this side. He gets the corner. I can turn at least one time and take the top side for myself and get some influence towards the center. But he does get another corner. But let's see what he does. This should be okay. And I think he should just take, yeah, C17 here. I can't really cut very well, but I can take just the top side here. Now he is taking 3 corners, and I am getting a side, which could be bad. But I think overall this should be okay. I'm not sure the best move here, but just this one seems like a very safe move. If he tries to come out, it's just a fight here. Hunting or playing close is not very good. 2 space, I feel like he would play very close to me. So 3 space, he does this one. It's a little bit annoying, but I think it's acceptable. I could play very far away, but then it's very easy for him to try to do something with this area. So I think like 3 spaces is sort of like a probably good enough. If I could also just turn here, but I think I'd rather have a clamp of some sort. But the question is, if I play here, will he push? If I extend, it gets rid of basically, doesn't really get rid of all the Aji here, but I could jump as well. So do I want to clamp or try to do something more first? If I clamp, he does the tiger's mouth and I Atari and extend, that would be good enough. Or just Atari and play over here would be good. Turning, feels like that would be okay for him. But the pincer here seems like it would also be fine for me. Though he should be just alive in the corner. So I think I will just take a simple base on the top side of the board. And not try to do anything too complicated. Okay, so we decided to go back and take R12, nice big move. I don't really have to respond. I just get more influence if I don't respond. And I kind of want to play on the left side of the board here at D12 or something along those lines, just to sort of try to surround this area. I think that's actually quite big. I think this should be fine. The other option I really want to play is, of course, O17, which is a very big move. But I think I want to play upper left first. Because when he invades here, he's getting some extra points, but I'm getting a lot of very strong influence. All right, so normally you'd want to Hane. I do have a potential shortage of liberties with this group, so I do have to be a little bit careful. But just Hane and extend if he doesn't Hane back. I can cut if he does Hane. He Ataris and he connects, then I can capture the stones. So he would need to protect, then I can protect. And we get this nice influence in the middle of the board. So he is going to do this right away. If I cut him, he has to protect. And then I can just extend or connect. I do not want to extend right away. Can he just Atari? I connect, then he cuts and goes down here. What's an interesting idea? I think it should be okay overall. So I will just cut. This is nice and simple for him. Something he can do after I extend here is he can just do a slide here, preventing me from getting a lot of points on the left side. So do I want to extend? If I connect, this stone is not dead. If I extend and he slides, then I can capture the stone. Can I block is a good question. It seems a little bit dangerous for me to block. So I probably do just have to extend. He's going to push right away. Okay. I think I just have to extend again. But then if he comes out towards this side, I'll be getting something on the left side of the board, which I'd be okay with. If he tries to attack, I think that's a little bit difficult. And he's making this a lot bigger in the center. So I think I will just extend. That should be fine. So he's just going to fight right away in the center. I'm not sure I agree with this, but this is probably okay. He wants to just prevent me from getting a lot in the center. Can I block here? I probably have to jump. If I jump, then I can block here and get a decent amount of points on the left side. And he still has to deal with his group in the center. So I think I'm okay with that. He can't really Atari, because when I connect here, he can't really let me capture these 2 stones. They're very important. So just jumping seems to be fine. So I will just jump. That's an interesting move. He wants to attack me by strengthening my corner. But I just have to focus on my weak group first. If I play this one, I get a lot of shape for my stones. And he blocks, I push up, he goes up, and then I can come out. But I do have a little bit of a cutting Aji, right? If I just try to connect up instead, is that good enough? I do this one, he does here, wedge. I do this, and he can sort of protect himself in the center. Or should I split the groups? I think splitting the groups seems really good. If I split here, then he will potentially have 2 weak groups. If I push first and he goes out, it becomes a little bit harder. But should I push first? Because I will always have the ability to connect up underneath if I push first, because he has to come out, right? I have to do a diagonal. I think just coming out directly might be better and not worrying about the cornerstones. So let's separate his groups. He's just going to push down like I was thinking. So I just need to extend up 1 time, and then I can jump up again here. Separating the 2 stones, those are the 2 groups. He might be able to try to connect up underneath. So one thing I could also do is block, but we'll see what he does. Okay, he's going to Hane. I do have to read if this cut works, right? If I cut, he Ataris, and he connects, I connect. That seems really good for me. If I cut, he Ataris and pushes out, then I can cut him, and he can maybe extend into the corner. And so it seems a little bit bad. But if I Hane once here, and he double Hanes, which is the sort of normal shape you would do with the 2 stones, the Hane head of 2 stones, then I can probably cut and kill these 2 stones really nicely. So I think I will Hane back at least 1 time. So this just gives me the natural move out towards the center here, attacking these stones. And he gets a little bit of extra strength on the outside. I think I will just extend. If he gets this Atari, it's a little bit annoying. I could also Hane and connect, but that gives him a little bit more on the other side. I think just extending should be fine. This makes my corner very solid, and I still have ways to make it a little bit bigger, which is nice. So we just have to keep coming out towards the center. I don't think there's too much that we have to try to do. We have to take care of our weak group and come towards the center. If he peeps here, and I connect, and he wedges, there is a little bit of Aji, so I wouldn't mind getting this move in. Also wouldn't mind blocking here. It's kind of big. But the most important part is just staying strong in the center of the board and keeping his group separated. So he's wanting to sort of poke at the Aji in my position, but I don't quite understand. He wants to make another weak group in the area. So if he cuts me, I do have a little bit of a problem. So I just need to protect the cut. If I connect solidly, he just comes out and we fight, I guess. But if I connect like this, I can threaten to come underneath and protect my other stone. It might have been possible for me to play something like h16 on the outside, but if he really wants to run this out and turn it into a fight, then it's more likely his center stones will die. So he is wanting to, for some reason, make a second weak group here. I don't quite understand why. Right now, I can just connect up in a very easy way. I can just play h17. If I play the Hane, this is a really, really bad shape for me. If I play this one and he connects, I can push through. He pushes through. I connect. He can't cut because it is a ladder to the bottom of the board. Just take the Tiger's Mouth Vital Point. He decides to just connect. So I should take his liberties here. Then if he tries to do anything special over here, we have wedges and things to mess with. Extending down, okay. He just wants to get these moves on the outside to maybe take this side. If I cut here, he Ataris and connects this way. Then I can turn and push because he can't do anything with this stone yet. He has to save this stone first. If he just extends down, then I can capture these 3 stones. So he should probably Atari and save his stones. But then I can push and push, throw in, do this sort of thing, and potentially kill him. I guess I should read this out. I guess if I cut, he can turn right away. So I should capture the stones and let him figure out his outside position. Okay, just going to connect, which means I just need to separate. Now he's going to clamp there, which is sort of interesting. So he just wanted to take more profit and then leave his group here in the center for some reason. Because now I can just push the group towards my strength over here. So he's saying this is more than enough to win the game. Can I block here now? If he doesn't respond, I have this Hane into this Hane, into this here, and he has a 6 space. So he should basically be alive in the corner there. If I block and he jumps out, it starts to become very difficult for me to capture or do anything special. So I think I should just go after his stones. Keep it very simple. Okay, so I guess he just wants to connect underneath. He just wants to connect. I think I can push here and attach to keep him separated. Unless he really, really wants to connect underneath. So all he cares about is connecting underneath. So I'll just Atari and not worry about it. So I guess I need to figure out a way to build a little bit, right? So I have potential in the center. It's a little bit hard to put it all together. I wonder if there's something I can do on the other side here. There is this invasion here, into this here, to Atari, and connect. So I like this idea. So let's see how he decides to respond to this move. Just going to let me connect up and not worry. I think I will just connect up. So he's making it so that I have to kill him. If I don't kill him, I don't win the game, basically. All right. So the normal way to play is to jump here. If he comes out, I can just extend. And he has to live towards my stones here. So I think I'm fine with just jumping. And so normally you could do this jump. But if he clamps here, there is a little bit of Aji that I'd have to worry about. So I think I'm just going to extend instead. I think I will extend one more time. It's a little bit bad shape. Could Hane as well. But I think just extend. And of course, as I said, he's going to go for the I have to kill him idea. So I will just Hane. I have to keep him inside this area. Oh, now he's going to extend again. Interesting. But now I should probably jump to have a better connection. If I play this one, he has this easy move here. Though I push and I can capture, but it is a little bit easier for him to do. I could also attach here, the Hanes. It's a little bit annoying, so I prefer this one, I think. Or should I just do this one? If he plays the annoying move here, I push. Then I have to capture, and he can capture this one stone. It seems a little bit annoying, but I'd capture this on a much larger scale. The jump, I think, seems like a simpler shape, though. Peeping, I should probably just connect. Just extending. That's interesting. If I do this one, he just wants to do that. I have to respond, and then he makes 2 eyes. Can I get rid of this eye at all? If I clamp here, it seems like I can. Can I take away this eye, though? Seems a little bit difficult. I think I have to actually connect solidly and try to use this influence the best I can. I can't give him that move in Sente. And I just... Oh, can I do the Knight's move instead? He bumps, I do this one. He jumps over here. Then I just poke out his eye space.
10 seconds. 1, 2.
If I hane, he hanes.
4,
I double
5,
hane.
6, 7.
I think that should also be fine. But I'll just double hane. Keep him surrounded. Okay. So I have to get rid of his extension here. That gives him an eye. Looks like I could extend up or extend down. Extending down is often a little bit better. If I extend up and he hanes, that's a little bit annoying. So I think I do have to extend down. Then I can just extend down one more time. So he's trying to do some sort of attacking sequence on these stones. Just block seems to be okay. If he connects,
10 seconds.
I connect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I think extending here is actually slightly better for me, for profit. Can block. Then we can Atari here, getting rid of these eyes. Can I do this jump? No, just this Atari. He connects, and then we can turn. If he blocks, we can do this move here.
3.
Yeah, now he wants to cut everything if he can. And that makes sense. Oh, wedge. Okay. So can I get anything special on the outside? I think I can play here.
10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We can try this move here. This move to threaten to capture these two stones. And we just have to try to live. Seems a little difficult. But it seems possible. Can I do this one? If he doesn't respond, I push and push and push. Seems a little difficult, yes. This one seems Sente. Looks like I can probably turn here.
10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So let's turn. I'm probably not alive exactly. Okay, I just have to block. Keep this shape a little bit. Seems very difficult to live here. I probably don't have more liberties than black has. Just going to push. I think I can extend here then, because there's a lot of Aji there. He's just going to connect. And I think there's probably no way to live. Can I do this one?
10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
No, I don't think so. I probably don't have enough liberties to do much either.
10 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Peep here for now.
10 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
It seems difficult.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You should have to take his eye space. I wonder if there's a way to use this push and cut. Push, cut,
10 seconds.
tires me down
1,
this way.
2, 3, 4.
Seems a little difficult.
5, 6, 7.
But maybe.
10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It all seems a little difficult. Let's see what he decides to do when I peep here. I'm just going to connect. All right. If I can get rid of his eye, he probably has too many liberties, but we can at least make it a capturing race. I don't think he can get rid of all of my eye. Maybe he can. I might have to connect to get eyes. If I connect here, I don't think he has to respond necessarily.
10 seconds. 1.
But let's attach here. See if we can get anything in this area. That is Sente. I think this gets rid of some of his liberties, right? Or maybe it's 3 liberties to 3 if I do this.
10 seconds. 1, 2, 3,
Just Hane here.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
This might work for him. We'll find out. If I block here, he Hanes. I do this one, he just Ataris and turns. So I have to do this one first and this one. This one. He does this. I block here. He connects up. I make 2 eyes. But he lost the liberty here.
10 seconds. 1,
Okay. I just make 2 eyes. Yeah, this is no good. I think I just have to resign at this point. If he can capture this stone, of course, everything's just dead. And then if he can Atari here and connect, everything's just dead. So I'll just resign. So sadly, I made some mistakes. Looking at the AI graph, it seems like I did not do too bad. It seems like Brandon also forgot to record his side. All right, so it seems like the game was actually going perfectly fine for me until I made a mistake in how I was handling the center. So I'm going to check what the AI is saying here on KGS. It's just a free AI. I don't think we need to go through the entire game. I think most of everything in the opening here was perfectly acceptable. I'm still not exactly sure about this. This is something I might check on my own with AI. But it seems like everything up to here was mostly fine, and that maybe there was a little bit too much Aji for me, and that Black could have tried to capture my stones on the top. There's a little tiny spike here, but since he didn't, this was an okay result for me. This was slightly good overall for Black. Like it's within like a point or so, like a 50% to 55% sort of thing. But what really happened here was that Black went very wrong when I was able to do this. Now when Black extends, I have to go down, he Hanes, and there is another move I should have played maybe. So this was a mistake on Black's part. Because if Black just goes back now and connects on the left side, then the game is good for Black. Because he connected here, this gave me the opportunity probably to block, which is probably what it would suggest. I do this one, and I don't block, right? And Black ends up playing another move on the top when he should be connecting again. So it seems like the connection on the left side is potentially where I went wrong. After Black plays here, if I block this connection, this group is not alive. I was worried about it. I wanted to play this move, but I wasn't sure when. I think I've mentioned it a few times in the video. But if I block this connection, and now Black tries to run out with this group, I'm going to be getting strength on both sides. So it's going to be difficult for Black to live with this group and then have an easy time with the group on the other side. So that seems to be my big mistake here in this game. So if we go back here, I can attack through the center. This should be fine overall. And yes, I should just reinforce the center of the board. If I reinforce the center of the board, I should just be winning. But after this, because I didn't reinforce my center, he is able to run out because I helped him reinforce instead. And it's a little bit difficult to capture this group, as we saw in the game. He has just a little bit too much opportunity to do something with all the cutting points in my position. Because even this connection here, I have to connect from the outside. But I think overall, it was actually a pretty good game. So the 2 points to sort of keep in mind here is that I needed to add a little bit more strength to the center in order to prevent this sort of possibility from happening. And I needed to just block the left side to make it so that there was 2, for sure, weak groups. But this makes it 5 wins for Brandon and 4 wins for me. So I just need to win 1 more time. And then we can have an even Jubango. Hopefully the next game I can win. We'll see what happens. Before we head out, though, I want to say a quick thank you to the people who are supporting me on Patreon. Every bit of support is very much helpful, and I am Very happy to be going to Go Congress because of the extra bit of support that I was able to get on Patreon. So, of course, thank you all very much. And I hope you're having a good day. Have fun.